Spring training 2025 is upon us. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Cubs non-roster invitees for their 2025 spring training. All right, we begin with the pitchers. Phil Bickford, 2.1 years of MLB service time, fastball slider guy, potential middle relief guy here for the Cubs. Brandon Birdsell, former fifth round pick by the Cubs in 2022, mid 90s fastball, and then an 88 90 mile per hour slider. He's currently vulnerable against left handed hitters, so we'll have to see how he does and if he can develop a changeup or something like that. But a good power arm to watch, just 24 years old. Ben Heller, he's a veteran, 33 years old, 3.1 years of MLB service time, fastball slider guy, bullpen type of guy, middle relief. Very exciting prospect, Cade Horton, 23 years old, one of the Cubs' top pitching prospects, electric fastball and slider combo, working on developing that changeup, so that'll be something to watch. And he has had some injury issues, so we'll watch that as well. Former Cub coming back for this year, Brandon Hughes, lefty, deceptive delivery, a lefty option out of the bullpen. Brad Keller, former Royals starter, has also spent some time as a long reliever, sinker and ground ball type of guy, be starter depth or a long relief type of role. Brooks Kriske, a reliever, fastball splitter type of guy with a little bit of MLB experience with the Yankees and Royals, but did struggle in those short appearances in MLB. Riley Martin, a second lefty on this list. He's a strikeout type of lefty, so different kind of lefty than Brandon Hughes. Fastball slider combo for him. A veteran reliever in Trevor Richards. He's got 6 years of MLB service time. Changeup heavy. He threw 53% changeups in 2024, but he could be a valuable option and a different kind of changeup pace guy in the middle of that bullpen. And then Antonio Santos, guy that pitched 70 innings in Double-A Tennessee last year, did have a little bit of MLB experience in 2020 and 2021 with Colorado, struggled in those, and he struggled a little bit with his control. So we'll see what he can bring. Recent signing to this list would be Chris Flexen. He's been a starter, he's been a reliever. He's really struggled with his control and command at sometimes, which is what kind of pushed him out of a starter role there in Seattle. But he's fastball cutter changeup, 91 to 93. He's been prone to a little bit of hard contact as well, so he's struggled, but maybe the Cubs can tweak a couple things and see what we get from him. Let's move over to the hitters. We'll start behind the plate. Catchers, Pablo Aliendo, just a young prospect, solid defensive catcher. The thing that scouts rave about with him is his arm, a very strong arm. At the plate, he's shown some flashes of power, but he has really struggled with sliders, so we'll see if he can improve on that. A great hitting prospect behind the plate for the Cubs. Made it all the way to Iowa last year, Moises Ballesteros, one of the Cubs' top prospects. Very strong bat to ball skills, can hit the homer. Very good approach at the plate. Question on him is the defense. Not all that agile back there. Defense definitely a work in progress. A couple other catchers the Cubs are bringing in as non-roster invitees. Veteran Reese McGuire, known as a strong defensive catcher. Contact ability all right at the plate, but really there for his defense. And then an older veteran presence in Carlos Perez, 34 years old, experienced catcher with decent pop, but really profiles as just kind of a veteran guy to have around. Yeah, catch some innings. As we work to the infield, Jonathan Long, power hitting prospect. He's been comped, I've seen to JD Davis, so kind of a corner guy that definitely has some pop, but probably strikes out too much. The Cubs have really been searching where to put him. He's played corner outfield and he's played first and third, so we'll see where he sticks. Nicky Lopez, Chicago area kid, spent time with the Royals and the White Sox. He's an elite defender. He's got some contact skills at the plate, so he'll be some infield depth and he can play shortstop, second, third. He can move it around. So he's a good guy to have and bats lefty, so that's good to have as well. Matt Shaw coming in as an option to be the Cubs' third baseman this year. There's a couple other guys that he'll have to win the battle with in spring training, but Cubs' top prospect, he's got to be all eyes on him coming into this spring training. And then another infield prospect the Cubs have, James Triantos, his first big league spring training this year. Very high contact guy, doesn't strike out a lot, doubles power, made it all the way up to AAA Iowa last year. The defense is a bit of a question with him, so we'll keep an eye on that. In the outfield, Brett Bateman, not expected to be a Cubs top prospect or anything like that, but he had a great year last year with South Bend. Great contact guy, hit leadoff for them, center fielder. So limited power, but great discipline and a great leadoff hitter for that team. So he gets rewarded here as a non-roster invitee. And then a defensive outfielder, Christian Franklin, has some solid potential, could get into some power, but he hasn't really shown it yet. He'll have to improve the hit tool to reach the major leagues. That's what we've got for our Cubs non-roster invitees. Super excited to get spring training going. Super excited. Lots of guys, maybe other guys that aren't non-roster invitees but are on the 40-man that we'll need to keep an eye out for. Gage Workman, lefty. He's a above average defender. He is a little strikeout prone, but he can hit that power. And that was a Rule 5 pick for the Cubs, so that'll be someone who's going to be battling with Matt Shaw for that third base position. The other guy we can throw in there is Vidal Brujan, switch hitter that we got from Matt Mervis. Not necessarily a power guy. He's definitely a contact guy, but he can play all over the infield. So another guy to watch. A couple other guys, Ben Collins, who we got in the Mark Leiter Jr. trade, recovering from a broken wrist, but another potential utility infielder. Jack Neely out of the pen, guy we got in the Mark Leiter deal, 94 to 98 with that fastball. We saw him up last year with the Cubs, fastball slider, 6'8", so really an intimidating presence on that mound and fun to watch. We're taking a quick look at Cubs' projected lineup going into this year. Hap, Tucker, Suzuki, Bush, Swanson, Horner, PCA, Shaw, and Amaya expected to be those starting 9, with Carson Kelly, the backup catcher, new signee Justin Turner kind of in a first base, we'll see DH role, and then John Birdie and Alexander Canario round out the hitters, and then starting rotation, Shota, Justin Steele, Jameson Taillon, Matthew Boyd, and Assad. We'll see. I think that 5 spot is definitely open right now. In the bullpen, Ryan Presley slotted as the closer, Hodge the setup man, Ryan Brazier, Tyson Miller, lefty Caleb Thielbar, and then Keegan Thompson, Julian Merriweather, and long reliever Colin Ray round out the bullpen going into the start of spring training. If you made it to the end of this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think of this Cubs roster going into spring training. Super excited to start watching these Cubs as we start 2025.